Hi guys, this is Dignas Adventure again in here, and we're still going to continue with our gentle beginners flow in here. And inhale, arms up, and slowly exhale, palms on prayer, and bend your knees into your chair pose. And be very careful with your knees in here. And exhale in here, inhale, and slowly exhale, bend your knees. You can take the block or blocks or books in front of you, and then one foot the back, balls of your foot on the ground, and inhale, arms up, hands up, and exhale, come into your band. Inhale, arms into prayer, and exhale, straighten your front knee. Take your block in front of you, the front of your foot, and then let's go into a triangle pose in here. Arm up, look up, and open your shoulder. And inhale, exhale, come into your low lunge. And you can still carry your blocks along while you are doing the transition of your pose in here, because it's gonna help you anyway to get in there. And lengthen your spine in here, straighten your knees, and again kneel just on top of your hips in here. And you can still use your props if you're doing all your yoga pose. And then carry it out, come into your seated forward fold in here. For me, my cuff is a little bit disturbing if I'm going to do it, so I'm going to take out my cuff outside so that I can put on my sit bones properly, comfortably in here. And then I can grab the outside of my foot in here. You can still stay in here, or you can go into your deeper pose. And then again, come into her high lunge, come into your wide legged forward fold. So take your big toes with your fingers. You can put the block in front of you in the middle of the mat, and then rest your head in there, and then bend. Inhale, up, and then exhale. Let's go into our high lunge in here. Inhale, settle it up, and this is high lunge. Arms up, hands up, and then sink your hips towards the ground in here. And then inhale, come into your low lunge, and exhale, you can stay here and try to push your hip flexors. And again, lengthen your spine in here, straighten your front knee. You can still stay in here. You don't need to go into deeper poses to get the benefits of every pose. Deeper poses are kind of advanced, and you have to have your self practice, your training in here, and so many things in here. And in yoga, you are not going to get one pose in one day or something like that. The only thing that I could advise to each and everyone is just practice from the heart, and eventually you're going to get there. And then again, as you have seen what I have just done a while ago, you can still use your belt in here or your strap in there to carry you along. And then you can bend your elbows towards the ground, look forward, and relax. I know it's a little bit difficult from in your hamstring. I mean, in your hamstring, but just bend your knee if you couldn't do it for that, but always use a strap if you're going to hold on your, if you're trying to grab your, to your elbows or your knees or your foot. So now we're going into our dolphin pose. So if in here actually it's a little bit intense, although it's for beginners also, but you still, as I've said, you have to have your yoga props just next to you in there so that if you need them you can grab them easily. And then coming to your child's pose, and again let's get into our side stretch. So there's so many things happening in here. The knee that's bended and the other knee that's straightening here. So you have to be very careful if you're going to do such a thing like this, because it leads you to your injury if you are going to be in a hurry and things like that. So I keep always saying that it's better you're going to have something ready for you, that if you need help then you can grab it easily in here. So it's just like this one. And as you're going to see or watch all of those fancy poses, it's kind of, you're going to see it's very easy or very quick to get in there, but to be honest it's gonna be, it's gonna be long years of practice, and even you are going to get it now, tomorrow if you're not practicing you're still going back. So it's all about your passion, it's all about how you get into something. And all of this you're going to get the benefit if you are going to, if you're going to practice more every day. Well, it's gonna be very special for you anyway. As I've said, we don't have the same passion as everyone, but if we get chances to be inspired by other people, so why not, we can start doing something like just try, and if it's gonna good for you, it suits for you, then give yourself a go for just 10-15 minutes a day. Because as I've said, I really didn't think of becoming a yogini practitioner, because I myself know that this is not really for me. So I've been very active in kind of workouts, cardio, name it all, things like that, just before I started this kind of things. And I've been an athlete of ball games, and just before I dropped my tennis racket, I have to think, because I love also playing tennis, but yoga really creates something in me. So as you're going to say everything, if you're going to watch me doing the flow, every poses have its own, have its own meaning to me. There are some poses that I made it or I conquered it when I was in that situation, and it really made me very, very, very comfortable, or it really made me very calm, or things like that. So as I look back, I'm very grateful that I found yoga for like like maybe around 7 years. And yes, I've been practicing this yoga since then, but I never gone into a deeper practice like this, advanced poses. So it's just lately when I joined these yoga challenges that I tried everything in here. And that was during the pandemic, during the lockdown. So in our eagle pose in here that you're going to hook one foot to the other and one arm to the other, and inhale. Let's try to get the tree. The advanced kind of tree is where you put your foot just very next to your level, but be very careful, don't put your foot into your joints, into your knee. So it's better you're going to put it where you can see now, down or in your calf, but never put your foot if you're going to execute this pose like tree. Don't, because the knee have a lot of things going on in there, and if you'll be out balance, and that is very dangerous. And again, let's do the other side of this eagle pose, that you're going to hook again one foot to other, and it's kind of switching up. So if you're going to do one thing to the right, you have to do this kind of thing to the left. So it's kind of a balance thing. And again, let's get into your flow and come into your downward dog. It's always nice to come into downward dog if you have done this kind of a little bit flow. Always come into your downward dog. Yeah, usually they are going to ask you to come into your child's pose, but I read somewhere else that if you're going to finish in a flow, you can go into your downward dog. But either way is okay. And let's come into your deeper pose of your bow pose in here, that you're going to use the blocks to put it on your front hips, and open your shoulder in here and release. Always, if you're going into your deeper pose, you should always lengthen your inhalation and lengthen your exhalations in here. That's how you're going into your deeper pose, like opening your chest. I don't even know that just when I started it, but just when I'm doing this practice, I realize and I've learned to myself that while inhaling that deeply and exhaling it nicely, and you have to lengthen this kind of inhalation and exhalation. It's gonna be very relaxing actually. And let's get into your twist. You can put your foot under your bended leg over, and take one of your opposite side of your hand and hug your knee, and then put the other hand back and try to open your chest and twist in here. Twisting is very good for detoxifying ourselves in here. So I always love doing this kind of twisting and things like that. So yes, keep watching, and I hope you learned something else with this kind of simple tutorial and kind of I'm not sure of my story, because as always I've said, I'm always getting an inspiration and motivation from other people while listening to their stories too. So I hope this video or this practice or this tutorial serves something for you, or yeah, that you get something from it. You could always send me a message through my comment section in there and tell me your comments, your questions, and if I've done this kind of thing and things like that, then I would be very happy to do it for you, or I would be very happy to kind of do this kind of tutorial bit by bit for you. It's just only now that I'm going to get back with this kind of tutorial because as the months, years pass by, I haven't been teaching, and then I'm just only doing the self practice, so it's a little bit kind of I forget everything. So, but I have to go back and start all over again in here. So that's it, guys. I've said everything that I want to say, but again, the most important thing is your heart. If you're going to practice something else, always put your heart in everything you do. And just before we're going to end, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you very much. I'm so grateful for your kindness, your thoughtfulness, and your love support to my channel, Dignas Adventures. So I hope to see you all again and to my next videos, my travel or my yoga practice and so on like that. So uh, stay stay safe and always in good health, and always try to be positive in life because that's how we get going. And again, thank you very much and God bless you all. Ciao.